Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. We're jumping into today's news and rumor video, including an update on the whole flower gate that's going on in Philadelphia. If you don't know what I'm talking about, stay tuned. We will obviously have a breakdown of that. First, though, the Eagles need all the help that they can get. They're playing the winless Lions right now. Drop a like down below because each like gives the Eagles a better chance to win. Not really, but obviously we're trying to help the Eagles in any way possible. Plus, we want likes on the video, so go down below. If the Eagles are going to win on Sunday, give this video a thumbs up. We need your help right now. All right, well, it's another day. It's another time for more Eagle news and rumors, and we must yet again break down some ridiculous comments by head coach Nick Sirianni. This seems to be a reoccurring theme once every couple of months here, and today's comments are, I mean, obviously taken out of context. It's not a big deal, but people are freaking out about it on Twitter, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, stay tuned. Here we go. So, Nick Sirianni was asked about what he's talked to the team about in a recent team meeting, as obviously all NFL coaches do, and he used the analogy of a flower in an illustration to the team. Actually put up a picture, according to him, on the big screen of a flower, and then used it as a talking point to go ahead and show how the team is trying to grow. And I'll give you that quote here in just 1 second. Now, the national media naturally loves to pick on Nick Sirianni. Remember off-season whenever he had a rough first press conference, and it's like, oh my gosh, Nick Sirianni's an idiot. Well, the wins and losses aren't helping, but I don't know if this is necessarily something to freak out about like, again, most people are on Twitter. So let's just throw you right in with the quote, see what it's all about, and you guys can be the deciding factor if this is bad, good, mediocre. Either way, here's what Nick Sirianni said. Quote, "This is what I said to the team today. The results aren't there right now, but what's going on here is that there's growth under the soil. I put a picture of a flower up. It's coming through the ground, and the roots are growing out, and the roots are continuing to grow out. Everybody wants to see the results. Shoot, nobody wants to see results more than us. We want to see results too. But it's really important that the foundation is being built and the roots are growing out, and the only way the roots grow out every single day and it grows stronger and they grow better is if we all water, we all fertilize, we all do our part," end quote. What do you think? It's not the best, but and listen, here, it's a huge overreaction, but it's bad optics, okay? And it's bad optics because this is a dumb illustration, in my opinion, to be showing grown adults who know what they have to do to win and are unable to do so. If the Eagles were winning right now, we would not even worry about this. It'd be like, oh, flower analogy, haha, next, right? Let's go, beat up on the Lions. Because the Eagles have been struggling, and not just struggling because they're a bad football team, struggling due to very vanilla coaching. We've talked about how bad the defense is, how, atrocious some of the play calling offensively is. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And so you talk about laying down a foundation. I like that idea, but it doesn't sit well with a guy like Fletcher, who's been there for 10 plus years and has this foundation laid. You're asking him to, play running backs and screen coverage. Another big controversy on Twitter against the Las Vegas Raiders this past weekend. So this is really not a big deal, but it just is like, Nick, if you just have a little more awareness to not, maybe use this as an analogy, or if you did, don't tell the media, because the media is going to go ahead and freak out. I'm not worried about this. I'm worried about wins and losses. Like, yes, build a foundation. Yes, it is about us, and yes, it is about doing your job and all the blah, 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 BS coaching talk that we all hear each and every week. But your job really is to win games, and they're not winning games. And so you need to figure out what you need to do to go and win football games, because what you're doing right now, obviously it's not working, because you're right there tied with Washington and the Giants for the worst team in the NFC East and possibly one of the worst teams in football. So, listen, any analogy that works. I mean, I don't care what analogy you make. Compare the team to dog water or cows or computer. I do not care. Make it work on the field. I don't care about your analogies. I don't care about the media freaking out. Win this game on Sunday, because that will turn the hearts of the fans back towards you and therefore make us all a little less critical of the head coach. If you start winning, we'll start worrying about it, but because you're losing, obviously this became a very big story. So I don't think it's I don't think that this is big news. It's not big news to me, but I'll leave it up to you guys. Ad break, pin comment down below. Is Sirianni's flower analogy big or little news? I say little. Do you say big? Type B down below for big. Type L down below for little. Now, I was watching Get Up this morning, so I had a very rare moment where I actually was able to watch ESPN this morning, which does not normally happen. I very rarely watch Get Up, but Todd McShay was brought on, and I've met Todd McShay at a University of Texas game. I was in an elevator with him, fun fact, nice guy. And I actually really like his draft analysis. I like him better than Mel Kiper. I think he's really, really good. And they were asking the question, which was shocking to me, what do the Eagles do in the first round if they have 3 first-round draft picks? And Todd McShay emphatically told him that they must trade up for Malik Willis, the quarterback out of Liberty, who McShay has as his number 1 quarterback on his big board going into the 2022 NFL Draft. He said that even if they're not sitting at number 1 overall, because there's a chance with the Dolphins record, right? You could be the number 1 overall draft pick. They should trade up to go ahead and get him because Willis is a much better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, according to Todd McShay. Now, here's what McShay actually said, which I think is interesting. Quote, if they're in position to get Malik Willis, who has emerged number 1 clear-cut quarterback in this year's class, I think they have to make the pick, end quote. Interesting stuff here. Now, we'll get into the rest of his big board here and my thoughts on getting Malik Willis in just 1 second. First, let me just say this. It's a little early for draft coverage, but we do incredible draft coverage here on the channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed for the offseason because it's looking like the real fun in the Eagles' year is going to be the draft because you're going to have 3 first-round draft picks because the season's not going well, but our draft coverage is second to none. Like, we do a really good job here keeping you guys up to date on news and rumors and interviews and, who they're going to take, who they might not take. So go down below and subscribe as we do. I'm just going to pat my own back. We do a really good job here at Chat Sports covering the NFL Draft. It's still early, though, but Todd McShay said this. We have to at least acknowledge it. Here are the top 4 quarterbacks on his big board, by the way. He does have Malik Willis out of Liberty at number 1. If you have not watched a lot of Liberty games, I don't blame you. He was a former Auburn commit who went over to Liberty after they chose Bo Nix to be the starting quarterback, and he's big, he's tall, he's fast. They say he's very much like Cam Newton with a better pocket presence, like a very tall and stronger Russell Wilson is kind of the comparison they're getting right now. Matt Corral's number 2, obviously the Ole Miss quarterback, who's very good, but a little bit iffy in terms of protecting the football. Kenny Pickett is the one quarterback I've not watched a lot of out of Pittsburgh this year. He's number 3 on McShay's big board, and Desmond Ridder, obviously, we've all seen out of Cincinnati with the number 2 team in the country right now. I think Ridder's draft stock is going to go a lot higher as he gets closer and closer to the end of the season. Here's the whole thought process on Malik Willis, right? Let's hope the Eagles don't need Malik Willis. Let's hope they don't need a quarterback because, as I've said, and I will hold firm to this until I'm proven wrong, you want Hurts to succeed. You want to be able to spend the 3 first-round draft picks on the Oregon defensive end, on the Notre Dame safety, and on the LSU cornerback. Those are the top 3 guys really in this draft, and you're going to have a chance to get at least 2 of the 3 if you keep all 3 first-round draft picks. Now, if you're able to just spend number 2 on a quarterback and then go for 6 and 8 on defensive players, that's, one way to do it. But if you don't have to spend it on a quarterback, you can go and get 3 defensive players, all of which are massive needs in Philadelphia right now, and hopefully Jalen Hurts plays well enough to go ahead and do that. Now, has Hurts played well enough to convince everybody he's going to be the quarterback in 2022? No, not yet. But if you start winning some football games and play like he did at times earlier this year, then yes, I think he absolutely can be. I still want to support him simply because I want to spend those 3 first-round draft picks not on a quarterback and on a defensive player. But if Malik Willis is that great, which maybe he is, maybe he isn't, McShay thinks the Eagles should go ahead and dump Hurts for him. But I'll leave it up to you. Drop a like down below if you support Jalen Hurts and want him to be the quarterback going forward, as I, of course, do. Drop a like either way because we're just grinding out videos here for you guys today, and we're just getting a bunch of great stuff on this channel. So if you appreciate me and what we do here, give the video a thumbs up as well. Quickly, I want to get into my picks of the week, courtesy of our friends at BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/EaglesBet. Promo code is Eagles125 to get that 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. Here are my picks. I'm taking Atlanta, -3 versus the Panthers. Sam Darnold and company. Matt Rule, I love him, Baylor guy, but Panthers are an absolute mess. I said this yesterday, 2 days ago. I'm taking Detroit +3. I don't trust Philadelphia. I hope I lose that bet. I really hope I lose that bet, or the Eagles win by 3, and therefore I win the bet. But either way, I just don't feel good about this weekend. Titans -1 at the Colts. That's easy money. Chargers -5.5 is a little bit harder money. I still like it, though. I think the Bucks blow out the Saints because Brady's balling out. Give me the Bucks -5.5 against the Saints. All right, some injury news here quickly before we get into the weekend. Devontae Smith did not practice yesterday. He had a headache, which is weird. It must have been a really bad headache, but he should be fine for Sunday. Miles Sanders' ankle did not participate, obviously week to week, but no way he plays on Sunday. Javon Hargrave has a shoulder injury. He did not participate in practice yesterday. Keep an eye on that because it's something that's kind of just recently popped up. I don't know if he's going to play or not, but it is an interesting development in terms of the injury status. And then Anthony Harris has been out the past couple of weeks with a hand injury. Now has a groin injury as well. He did not participate as well. His status for Sunday is unclear. One thing that is clear, and this is a little bonus bit of news, is that Andre Dillard's trade value has gone up significantly since he was able to play the past couple of weeks in for Andre Dillard, in for Jordan Mailata, who was moved over to the right tackle for Lane Johnson. But apparently, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, there have been a lot of teams calling about Dillard. I expect him to be traded by the trade deadline. Keep an eye out for that one here over the next couple of days. Finally, the matchup Philly, Detroit, you would like to feel good about this. You'd think Detroit's 0-6. They're not that great. Detroit should have at least 3 wins. Like, they got absolutely hosed in a couple of these games. Most significantly, the Ravens game, where there was a delay of game and then a 69-yard field goal, whatever it was. They're a tough team. They're going to play you tough. And if Philadelphia loses to the Detroit Lions, heads are going to start to roll. And, fans are going to be really upset. We're already upset. But 2-6 with a loss to the winless Lions, ooh, it could get ugly very, very quickly. So I'm hopeful. We have a happy Sunday, but at the same time, it's Halloween and crazier things have happened. And so, oh man, if they lose to Detroit, it is going to be rough on Monday. But obviously, we'll cover it here. Who do you guys got? Philadelphia or Detroit? Give me your thoughts down below right now in the comments section. PHI for Philly, DET for the Detroit Lions. All right, let's have our day on our Foot Up Eagles news and rumor video. Plenty more content. Mailbag video comes up tomorrow. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel to stay up to date for the latest Eagles news and rumors. I'm your host, Thomas Mott, out of time, signing off for the rest of your day.